Hi everyone, Abby here. Welcome back to my channel for Tech Tuesday, or welcome if you're new. Now today, I'm going to be comparing the Fitbit Luxe to the new Fitbit Charge 6. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can stay tuned to all my new videos dropping weekly and so you can help the channel grow. So today I'm going to be going over the major differences between both of these fitness trackers. If you want to learn more about them and hear my full opinions on them, I've tested out and reviewed both of these smartwatches, and you can find those individual reviews linked in the description below. And I've also included timestamps for all of the key points I'm talking about today, which you can find also in the description below and also at the bottom of the video here in chapters. So I have the Fitbit Charge 6 here in the color Coral Champagne Gold, and I have the Fitbit Luxe here in the color Peony Soft Gold. And I do have the special edition version here, which would come with the stainless steel Gorjana bracelet. Now the current price as of recording for the Fitbit Charge 6 is $219.99 Canadian and $159.99 American. And the Fitbit Luxe here does range depending on if you get the standard version or the special edition version I have here. The one I have here did come with 2 bands. So the Fitbit Luxe standard goes for $129.99 Canadian and $89.99 American, while the Fitbit Luxe Special Edition goes for $249.99 Canadian and $199.99 American. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the spec similarities between what these have in common before I jump into the differences. So I've gone ahead and listed a bunch of spec similarities on screen for you. Things like sleep tracking, AMOLED color display, touchscreen operation, activity tracking, step monitoring, step alerts, heart rate monitoring, distance walked, your active minutes. They're both water resistant up to 5 ATM or 50 meters, so you could take them in the pool, in the rain, in the snow, all of that stuff, and more, which you could see on screen. Now these are not all of the spec similarities, but these are definitely the most important, I think. And alright guys, if you're finding this video helpful so far, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. One major difference we could see is the size of them. So side by side, you could see that the Luxe is definitely sleeker and smaller, and this one you could see definitely has a bigger display and bigger band. I will say when it comes to scrolling the watch in general, like the text sizes are almost identical. They're both very small, so if you were thinking getting this is gonna make the text huge, it's really not. As you guys can see, it's very similar. It's a tiny bit bigger in terms of the pictures and stuff, but the actual text almost looks identical to me. One part that I do find a difference in the display is the watch faces, really, because that's a place where I could see a big difference there in the display. Now, talking about the band, on the Luxe we have kind of your traditional type of watch band closure, and on the Charge 6 we have this kind of, I don't even know what you call this to be honest, but we have this one where you kind of tuck it in. Kind of similar to what you see on Apple usually. Another difference with the Luxe is it's completely buttonless. And with the Luxe, we do have the ability to put on that Gorjana bracelet to make it look like a real piece of jewelry. The whole thing about the Luxe is, you know, it's luxurious. It's supposed to look like jewelry. I will say with the traditional band here, it doesn't really give me jewelry vibes. With this one on, you can see it really looks like a piece of jewelry. It's beautiful with this on. And it is an adjustable, you know, like chain link type of bracelet. Now with the Charge 6 here, there is no, you know, convertible bands like that. We do have the traditional silicone bands. Here we do have like sensors on the side for the EDA scan and the EKG or ECG. And we also have a button. They both have the same size heart rate sensor, and they both use the exact same charger. If you have this already and you're getting this, or vice versa, you have an extra charger, so that's always nice. Another thing I wanted to mention is they both have the same type of band closure system, and I know a lot of people have issues with this band. They find it hard to close and it opens on them. I will say I've never had it open on me, and I think a lot of people may be finding it hard to close it properly. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and listed a bunch of spec differences on screen for you. Things like size, battery life, and different features available on one and not on the other. And now I'm going to go more into depth on some of these differences. Now the Fitbit Luxe here has a quoted battery life up to 5 days, and the Fitbit Charge here has a quoted battery life up to 7 days. Now with my usage, which I have on screen, things like GPS walks, runs, daily alarms, timers, and more, I have gotten for the Fitbit Luxe an average of 5 to 6 days of battery life. And for the Fitbit Charge 6, I've gotten on average 5 days of battery life. So for my experience, I actually got better than quoted with the Luxe, and here pretty good too. As a larger smartwatch with a bigger display, I assume it's gonna go through battery life a bit faster. For me, like they both get almost the exact same battery life. Both of them I have to charge once a week. Charging a smartwatch once a week is not a big hassle for me, and I think that could fit well into a lot of people's lifestyles. And once again, these are the results I've gotten with my uses, but you guys might get something different, something higher or lower, depending on your individual usage. So when it comes to activity tracking, that's another area of difference because we have a lot more activities we can track on the Charge compared to the Luxe. On the Luxe, you can have a max of 6 workouts at a time downloaded on here. If you do want to switch these out, you do have to go on the app and change that. So what I really like here is that you have 40 workouts just built into the smartwatch here, and there's no need to go into the app to swap out your favorites. Another difference with activity tracking is that on the Charge 6 here, we have built-in GPS. And on the Luxe, we have connected GPS. So connected GPS basically piggybacks off your smartphone's GPS. Your smartphone does have to be with you if you are doing outdoor activities to track your GPS data. Where with the Charge 6, we do have built-in GPS, so you don't need to rely on your smartphone. The smartwatch here is tracking everything for you. I will say, using both of them, quite honestly, my phone's GPS is good, so I get almost identical results when it comes to like a heart rate, steps, calories burned, all of that stuff. Like the steps are a little bit lower here compared to here. You can see 738, 747. And you guys could even see right now for my heart rate, they're very similar. We have 87 and 88. Now, what I think is if you are someone who you want a sleek, small smartwatch, you want to be able to, you know, make it look like a real piece of jewelry. Maybe you're someone with a small wrist, so you want something that's sleeker and smaller that could still track all of your basics like your steps, your calories burned, activities, all that stuff. Then I definitely recommend checking out the Fitbit Luxe here. However, if you are someone who you want a larger display, maybe you have a bigger wrist, so having a larger watch is not a big issue for you. You're someone who you want to be able to track things like your EDA scan, you want to be able to track more activities on the go, you want an extra couple of features, then I would definitely recommend checking out the Fitbit Charge. Now, which one do I prefer? I would go with the Fitbit Luxe here. Now, I really like that it's lighter weight, it's, you know, a smaller form factor design, it's a bit more low profile, and I like the ability that I can throw on this band here and make it look like a real piece of jewelry, so I can really dress it up if I'm going to an event or like a wedding or something where I'm wearing something more fancy versus just casual wear where I can wear the silicone band. I personally don't mind that it does have less activities because I am someone who I basically do the same activities like all the time, so that's not a huge deal for me. And I actually prefer having this type of regular closure band over the one that you tuck in. I just think it looks better and it's more comfortable to wear it personally over having this like thing kind of overhanging on your wrist. It just makes it a little bit hotter for me. And I don't find myself using the extra features like EDA scan and stuff all that much on the Charge, so I think this is a great option for me. However, I think both of these are great smartwatches for those of you who are more on a budget, who want something that's going to track all of your basics and do that well. If you guys are interested in picking up either the Fitbit Charge or the Fitbit Luxe or Luxe Special Edition, I've gone ahead and left a link down in the description for you to use. And if there's anything I missed today that you want to know, just go ahead and drop a comment below. I do read all the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.